finally finished with Truist Park. After 200 to 300 hours and 2 years, I am finally done. And so in this video, I will be showing you everything that I have built. Alright, so some key things before we get started. Some things that took me so long. So it was about actually a year ago. I never knew that structure blocks existed. So I actually built every single seat in the stadium, just about, except for these outfield ones because I used structure blocks to copy them, because they're really annoying to make. But every single one of these seats, um, I built by hand. Okay, so, yeah, and also I have made every single section, like I've added a sign for every single one. So this is section 233 and 235. So that you can find your seat, and it's for you can see the blue sign on every single one. It's there. And I've also built concessions, and I've also built um, and there's exactly like uh like every single section is exact. So um and I checked that yesterday, and it is exact. So, we're gonna start from the very bottom, shall we? So, we're gonna start from the Delta Sky 360 Club, which is down here. This is the little entrance, for that. You can walk in through the Truist Club and walk in through here, and then, this is like a little. These are like baseballs that were collected, and but I don't really know the exact details of it. And this is the Delta Sky 360 Club. There's a third base and first base entrance. This is the first base, and the third base is over here. Um, and so it looks pretty much like this. So here's, for reference, here's a photo of that. Um, to show that I am very exact with literally everything. Um, so we have some seats over here, tables. Here's another picture of an example of like what that's supposed to be. Um, and here's some more tables, and like this is a little bar, I guess, that serves concessions, and some tables so that you can just grab up a chair and choose wherever you want to sit. And here's a little picture here. So then, also a fun fact, you can get literally everywhere throughout the stadium in survival mode, and you will not die. So, we're gonna go underground, basically, and I don't know every single feature, like if there's bathrooms or like storage or everything, but these are just kind of tunnels. These are working elevators, so they will bring you up and they will bring you down as well. We'll be using those throughout the video. There is also ramps. Yeah, so we're gonna go to the very end of this tunnel, and, well, not very end, but you know what I mean. And we have these ramps that took very long to build since they go to the very top. So they're really long ramps, and then we're gonna go through here. Okay, so this is the Jim Beam dugout lounge, and here's a picture of what that would look like. It's pretty cool. You know, have some tables as barrels and little bars. You also have like a little. These are concessions that I didn't get time to finish, but and then some water fountains, bathrooms, and yeah, etc. And then this is the exit of that, so you can go through section 11 and 12 to get here. And then we're gonna go to back to the tunnel, and then we're going to go to the chop house, below the chop house. And so here's a picture of what that would look like. And so these are some really good seating. You can actually hear Ronald Acuna grunt when he throws the ball to like home. When he gets the ball. And then these are some bathrooms, I'm pretty sure, and like some storage, and then some more seats. Here's a picture of what this looks like. And um, well, this is like some food, and this is supposed to be a fridge, but I didn't really get to do that. And then some tables, and yeah. And then this tunnel just goes on for a long time. I'm gonna cut to the shipper's corner. Okay, so this is not shipper's corner yet, but this is how you get to the outfield. You can get from here. You can go to the bullpen, the away bullpen, and the outfield. This is shipper's corner. Um, Here's a picture, or yeah, so not yet. But here's a picture of what that would look like. And so these are some bathrooms, some tables, a little bar area, a little kitchen. You can just chill out, and a little just lounge that you can chill out in. And then finally, um, here's the elevators, and finally, you go back to where you were. So now we're gonna use the elevator to go to the, I guess, main floor, kind of, or lower level. Um, so we have some concessions that I have built, and I've actually built every single concession. And so this is the Sun Cruiser walk-off market, where you can just scan your credit card and you can literally buy any drink and then just leave. And it'll charge you somehow. I don't know how it does it, but it's crazy. I have no idea how it does that. So, and then this is the Braves Grab and Go. This is new to the 2026 season, and it has it's just like really very healthy, like apples, which obviously cake isn't healthy, but I think it has like protein in it, and like salads and stuff. Then we're gonna go to the Champions Suites. There is approximately 12 in Truist Park, and this is what one looks like. So here's a reference of what that would look like. And then here is also some seating so there's about 18 seats plus the seats in here, so you can hold about 20 to 25 people. Here's another picture of what that would look like. And so there's about 12 of these across here. And what I hate about Minecraft is that you have to curve it, and it looks like this, and it looks kind of bad. But you know what? You kind of have to live with it. So this is the other suites, and then the other suite entrance is about, yeah, it's right here. So now we are going to go to Monument Garden. So these are some like posters and about how about Braves history, and then but it doesn't have actual information on it. And then these are some shirts. They're supposed to be the design of um like back then to now shirts, like of jerseys, and here's some more too. And then these are the MVP award winners, Cy Young award winners, Silver Slugger award winners, Golden Glove award winners, and Rookie of the Year winners. And then these are the famous numbers that we have. And I didn't want to do them in like color, so I did them in like planks. And this is some water, but they were kind of annoying to make. And then this is the 755 they're made out of bats in real life, but these are posters, and it represents how many home runs Hank Aaron had. And then these are some more numbers to represent Braves players. And then there's supposed to be a statue here. I don't know why there isn't. You have little stairs that go up, scenery, and these are Gold Glove and Bat winners. That there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is 6 bat winners and 4 gloves. And then we have these are some other stuff that they had, and this is supposed to be a poster. And then finally for the Monument Garden, you have the winners, like World Series winners, so 1914, 1957, 1995, and 2021. Now we're going to explore more over here. There's supposed to be a little shirt concession, but it's fine. So this is Cutwater. There's Cutter. There's Cutwater canned cocktails. Neutral seltzers or natural seltzers, premium and domestic beer. You have this is just a random concession. This is Ballpark Classics and Smoky Q. So these are some options that you have. So just like stuff that existed like 50 years ago when MLB was like kind of new. And this is Smoky Q, some brisket, nacho helmet, and barbecue sandwich and nachos. Okay, so this is the 1871 grill. So they have like the walk off and the gluten-free burger, chicken tender basket, etc. That's the pickup for it. And then this is the slice, so obviously pizza. You have meatball subs, chicken parm sandwiches, pizza slices, pizza pretzel, and rotating specialty slice that the chef can choose. And then these are the bathrooms. And this is a restaurant called Bona Fide. Let me try to pronounce this. Bona Fide Deluxe, I'm pretty sure. So they have Italian stuff and like sandwiches, similar to Panera Bread. And then um, we have the Svedka Bar. They have stadium pours, frozen lemonade, mixed drinks, and beer, wine, seltzers. This is Dippin' Dots. They have souvenir dots, like in a cup. Like they have souvenir dots, in a cup, or just a normal Dippin' Dots cup. Cotton candy, frozen banana, frozen lemonade, popcorn. Chick-fil-A. There's spicy or original chicken sandwich, chips, cookie, brownie, waffle fries, grilled wrap, and nuggets. And then this is the Chop House. Um, it's famously known because a lot of left-handed hitters for the Braves hit like usually um over the chop house or like in the chop house, but like because usually it hits over here, and then these are like special seats that you have like they're supposed to be uh cup holders, and it's really nice. And then this is the chop house. Um, and then this is the right or not right chop house gate, and this is supposed to be H&F Burger. This is Grindhouse Burger, Coop's Wings, Tunk Tankware. I have no idea how to pronounce that. It's just I think a water place. I have no idea how to pronounce it though. These are burritos and steak places. Um, Also this whole entire place is called the Outfield Market. Everything on the right is the Outfield Market. Everything in this blue fence is called the Pen. And this is the Giving Kitchen, Peppers Hot Dogs, Velvet Taco, and the Sweet Spot. So like Mayfield ice creams at the Sweet Spot, Sugar Shane cookies, popcorn, etc. And then this is the Pen, and it's I think you can have like it's just kind of a chill out spot, and it's in the outfield, so you can sit right here. And then Um, we can go over here. We have some bathroom, which I didn't finish that really. I forgot to do that. Water fountains, elevators to go up there. Uh, this is the Taco Factory. So they have Taco Trio, Grand Slam, Boomstick Nacho, Big Queso, um, and domestic and premium beer, canned cocktails, etc. And then this is called Fox Brothers Barbecue. Pork sandwich and chicken sandwich and coleslaw, so kind of like um, what you would find in like the country, I guess. And this is called another the slice. Same things except a little bit less stuff. So there's not specialty slices like that the chef can choose, but it has pizza slices, soda drinks, and pretzel with cheese. And then this is the snowy. They have snow cones that you can choose. And this is the Center Field Market. So they have healthy snacks, cold drinks, and salads. So they have fruit, and they have like protein bars and hot dogs that have protein in them, etc. This is also the All-Star sign. So the All-Star game was hosted here in 2025 at Truist Park. Um, and they added that sign to show. And then this is the ASW bar, premium beer, domestic beer, and mixed drinks. Uh, this is another. This is a Mayfield ice cream stand, so you can get it in an ice cream helmet or cup. Chocolate, vanilla, cookies and cream, or peanut butter cup are the flavors. And then this is another Ballpark Classics. Um, this is called Olmo Nachos. So they have nachos, obviously. And most of these restaurants you'll either see once or you won't see or you'll see again. This is the Jim Beam Bar. They have um, beer, drinks, frozen lemonade, yeah, stuff like that. And this is another Chick-fil-A. This is another Dippin' Dots. And I didn't finish the clubhouse because couldn't really find anywhere on the internet that showed people inside the clubhouse. There's also an elevator there. And yeah, speaking of this, this is the Jim Bourbon Dex. Here is a picture of what that would look like. And so these took me a little bit, but they're pretty easy to make. Um, and then we have another 1871 grill. We have Mayfield ice cream again. We have Coop's Champion Chicken, so Peach Stingers, which is new to the 2026 season. Soda Pop Float, wings, chicken tender basket, etc. Stuff like that. And then this is the Braze Grill and Go. So they have stuff that's on the grill. They have a bunch of drinks. Like they have sausage, hot dogs, nachos, Cracker Jacks, and peanuts. And this is another Ballpark Classics. And that is the first layer, or second layer technically. Now we're going to go up to the, it's kind of in the middle, I guess. But we're going to go up. Also, this is a little scenery. This is the Braves bullpen. So we're gonna go up to the Chop House, Home Depot Clubhouse, using these stairs. Alright, so this is called Over the Moon. This is kind of a beer, it has a lot of beer and drinks and stuff like that. Here's a picture of what that would look like. And then here's another picture of what this would look like. And then one thing cool about this is that you can cross the bridge to go to the Chop House deck. And these are just some tables, and you can also have a pretty good view from here by standing here. And then we can walk over here, and I have not fixed this yet, but this is supposed to be like a chop sign that's supposed to chop for the Braves chop. And then these are the Atlanta Braves flags. So black means that they won the, I'm pretty sure it means that they won the, what does it mean? I don't know. I think it means that they won the title. I'm not really sure. I know that blue means that you won the that they won the East, and then red is that they won the World Series. And then black is when they made it to the playoffs, I'm pretty sure. And then or I'm not really sure about that. And then the one that has black letters and white surrounding it is that they made, this is supposed to be 2024, but like 2010 and 2012, they made it to the playoffs, but they did not win the National League East. And then we can keep walking on here. This is the back porch. Here's a picture of what that looks like. And so it has like a good gathering area where you can sit with people and like friends, and you have a great view of the park. You have small chance to catch a ball, but it's possible. And then we have elevators here. And then this is the Home Depot clubhouse. Here's a picture of that. And it has some. I think you can rent it for like it's really expensive, like $10,000 or something. I'm not sure though. And these are like some clothing and that like from old Braves players and some seats and food. Pretty cool. And then we can walk over here. This is new to the 2026 season called the launching pad. And so it has a little bridge that you can walk from. And so I'm not sure if it actually does. Sorry, my mic was far away. I'm not sure if it actually does connect to the Home Depot clubhouse because I couldn't really find any pictures that specified it. And this is what the actual inside of the launching pad looks like. It's kind of like six suites, similar to it, like similar to suites. And here's a picture of what that looks like. And so it's just like maybe like 20 to 25 people, and I think one of them can combine as well. And then this is like a little restaurant that's or like bar sort of thing. I'm not really sure what that is. So yeah, that is pretty much the I guess like outfield layer if you want to call it. Yeah. So now we're going to go to the second. Yeah, we'll start from the second layer. Alright, so we're starting from the second layer, and so this is the Hank Aaron Terrace, and I tried to build this like kind of good, but actually if you go far away from it, it actually does disappear because of render distance and stuff, which I kind of hate because this looks kind of decent, but oh well. And then, so these are like limited seats, similar to the Chop House, like kind of steep. And fun fact, this is probably the worst seat in the stadium because I had to fit all of this in, like so that it could end up at this wall right here. Um, so I had to steep this wall, and I didn't really want to remove these seats, but I don't know. But this is probably the worst seats in the stadium. So, yeah. So some pretty supreme seats. You have a chance of catching a fly ball. I've seen some hit over there. And then this is I'm pretty sure this is like a little chill out area, lounge, whatever you want to call it. Room. I guess you could call it like a center. So you have like bars and tables and booths and um you have like bars and um yeah, everything. And here's a picture of what that would look like. Okay, so right next to it is the Terrace Gardens, and they're just kind of you get to see out of the park, and it's pretty cool that I'm not sure if you buy a ticket from in here, you can sit out here, but so it's just kind of a little chill spot that you can hang out at, and here's a picture of what that would look like. So yeah, this is the Terrace Gardens. Now we're gonna go to also over here. There is a set of stairs. Yeah, over here there's a set of stairs in case for some reason you need them. Like, okay, well not for some reason, but you know, yeah. Here's an elevator too. All right, so these are Lexus premium boxes, and these are about $500. Can hold about 20 to 25 people, and here's a picture of one of them look like. And so, I mean, you have decent views. They're actually all around the second layer. We'll get to them. But there's multiple here. So yeah, those are the Lexus premium boxes. And then we have a Mayfield ice cream stand. We have another Ballpark Classics and Smoky Q combined. We have a ramp up there. We have an 1871 grill. The slice. There's honestly not that much stuff at this one, just soft drinks and personal pizzas. This one's a new one. This is the um, Topo Chico Tunnel. Yeah, you can get a bunch of drinks, and it's just mainly drinks and like beer and seltzers and stuff like that. So I just put some potions there. And then these are Dippin' Dots and Chick-fil-A, some stairs. And this is the first time we're seeing the El Jimador Tequila Bar. So they have stadium pour wine, premium and domestic beer, mixed drink, Topo Chico seltzers, yeah. So that's this side of the second layer. And then these are the Xfinity Club suites. So here's one picture of what this would look like, and here's another picture of what this would look like. And fun fact, I actually was in one of these one time. Um, one of my friends invited me to one. These are some elevators, um, and my friends invited me to one, and it was a really cool experience. You get a lot of food. But yeah, you have seating on the outside. This is the Xfinity Club, and so like there's restaurants and and what sucks is that a lot of the stuff, it's like more, this hallway is supposed to be a lot more wide, like 2 times more wide, but it just ended up being like this, so oh well. But and there's approximately 20, yeah, I think 20 suites in Truist Park Minecraft, but I think there's actually 22 in Truist Park in real life. I'm not sure though. And then these are some more elevators. Alright, so we got a Dippin' Dots stand right outside of the Xfinity Club suite, or Xfinity Club, then stairs ramp, then we have Mayfield ice cream again, and these were the Lexus premium boxes I was talking about. They're all around the stadium, around the second layer at least, and then we have another The Slice, not that much stuff. I don't know why they don't do that. I honestly think that they should have the same exact amount of items per concession, but that's just me. And then 1871 Grill, once again, and that's the this is the, what do you call it? El Jimador Tequila Bar. And these are also some escalators. They're really noisy, but I mean they work, and um, yeah, they're pretty cool. They can get to places. Um, and then if we walk in this hallway, we will see that we are in the conference center and the party suite. So here's a picture of that. And so this is just the conference center, places that you can meet and stuff, and have a good time, and just chill out with like your work or something. And I don't know why there's just a hallway here, but that's cool. And then we have the party suites. Here's here. Let me find a better one. Yeah, here's a picture of what this would look like. And so they have a pretty good view of the ballpark. I mean, you can see pretty well. And uh, and there's 6 party suites. And once again, with the suites, the curvature of Minecraft sucks because your suites end up looking like this, and it kind of looks sloppy. But I try to fit everything in there, so it works, I guess, kind of. I don't know, but oh well. This is kind of how it works. So that is the second layer. We're going through this pretty fast. So now we're gonna actually use the escalator to go up. We're just gonna wait for it. Alright. And so we're gonna start from up here. So we have stairs here, and this is an elevator. And this is the Xfinity Rooftop and the Beer Moon Garden. Or Blue Moon Beer Garden, yeah. So here's a picture of the Xfinity rooftops. And so I don't know why, but Truist Park decides that their favorite number is 6. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 suites, or I guess patios again. I don't know why it's always 6, but they do them. And so this is a little rooftop that they have. And all of these suites are actually the same except for this one. It has a rooftop and is a lot more complex, and I think it holds a lot more people. And then this is the Blue Moon Beer Garden. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff. You have, so first we'll walk into this little area. You have, it's just pretty cool. Like here's a picture of that. And so, this is just kind of another place you can chill out with your friends. You can see, I'm I might build a battery in the future, but probably not unless like this blows up like and gets like 10 million views, but I'm assuming it's not. And then yeah, so you can the Xfinity rooftop bar you can get just any like similar to any bar just about. Um and then we'll go out here and you have a lot of seating plus some scenery. And so you have three concession stands: Fred's Meat and Bread, so cheesesteak and Korean cheesesteak, um, Koneka sausage, and jumbo dog, and then Beer Garden Bites double play bao buns. So yeah, and this is like some seating, and this is like a statue of what that's supposed to be, and you have some tables, and this is a little seating arrangement. And here's a picture of what everything would look like. And one thing I actually kind of hate is that this is supposed to be a lot closer. It's supposed to be like right here, but it kind of sucks that it ends up being like right there. Um, because I don't know how I mess it up, but it's kind of weird, but it just kind of works. I don't know. So, yeah, that happened. And then we have the slice. Still the same thing as the last ones, except like soft drinks and personal pizzas. This is the first time we've seen the Braves market. So peanuts and Cracker Jack, obviously. This is new to the 2026 season. The A-Town Melt. This is not new. The rest is not new. Burger basket, chicken tender basket, pepperoni personal pizza, classic dog, classic nacho, classic popcorn, candy, cheese personal pizza, cotton candy, and assorted stacks. So that's the Braves market. And then you have another Dippin' Dots. And then I don't know if we've seen a Grindhouse burger before, but it's just peanuts and a Grindhouse double cheeseburger. Then you got the Braves Grill and Go. You have a bunch of drinks here, peanuts and Cracker Jack over there. Then you have andouille sausage, jumbo hot dog, and a classic nacho. Then if we go over here, there's stairs in the ramp. You have another Coops Champion Chicken, except this time without the wings. I had to remove that. I don't know why it's not with the wings. I personally would only go there for the wings because I love wings, but my opinion. And that's a Mayfield ice cream elevator, and then you have another Sun Cruiser bar, which we saw earlier in the video, a lot earlier in the video actually. Then another Mayfield ice cream and Beer Moon beer, which you can get premium and domestic beer. All right, so this is the second to last, I guess, special feature of Truist Park. So this is the press box, and this is where the announcers, basically, there's actually supposed to be a lot more room, like so that there's supposed to be like doors out here that go to like a break room a little bit, and there's supposed to be restrooms, but so this is where the announcers announce, and they honestly like have the best view of the ballpark because that's what they're supposed to. That's what. That's why they're supposed to have the best view because I mean they're supposed to see it the best. Yeah. So there's a Chick-fil-A there, and then there's a Smoky Q, which we've seen before. Um, and then Mayfield ice cream and Beer Moon beer. I don't know why they just copied themselves over to here, but yeah, and then an elevator. I don't know why this is so tall, but that's an 1871 grill. Uh, Here is a Grindhouse burger, which we saw that was over there. Here is another Braves Grill and Go, which this time I actually combined this part with the soda drinks, but so it's the same exact thing as the Braves Grill and the other one over there. And then um And then we have another Dippin' Dots. It's basically you're gonna see repeats. Chick-fil-A, um, the Slice, which this time I think it actually does have a lot more stuff. I'm not sure though. I might have just messed that up, but and then we have another Braves Market, which they're literally perpendicular to each other. I think. I don't know how to math. Um, and then finally, the last two concessions are in the Coca-Cola corner. And we have the sip, so there is beer bats, premium and domestic beer, and cutwater canned cocktails. And finally, you have the King of Pops, so it's just sweet, so like popcorn, peanuts, Cracker Jack, King of Pops, King of, wow, I spelled that wrong. King of Pops Float, King of Pops Pop. Yeah, I'm gonna change that. Um, and then we have stairs that go down. And there's a couple more features that are around around the park. And so this is the outside of Truist Park, which I actually didn't really get to finish the outside of the center, like out the outfield. So this is called I think it's called the Sandlot, the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Park. Um, and uh, here's a picture of what this would look like. And so they have it used to be where the outfield market was, but this time, like there's a baseball field and there's also a like a rock climbing wall. You have, there's supposed to be like a chalk little thing in here where you can draw chalk on the walls. And then these are some, I think, there's supposed to be drums like right here, restrooms, and some, last time I went to this actually, this Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Park, and there were actually Jenga blocks on here. So that's pretty cool. Um, and Um, well, I mean, we're just gonna go around the park. Um, but I think that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not really. Oh yeah, and I think there might be one last feature. Uh, and this is the outside of the park, and I spent so long on this because I had to get the details like pretty close. Like the um length and width of every pillar just about, which was really annoying. Um, and I even labeled every single gate. And this is not supposed to look like this. I promise you. It's supposed to be a lot more. Like these two layers are not supposed to be here, but I just made it there because for some reason it just was not matching up. So, and then finally, I think this is the coolest part. If we do always always stay false and then set the time to um midnight. This is a cool feature. Um, just about everywhere is white. There's like, it's pretty much lightened up, except for maybe the outfield and like over here, because I've been building stuff. But so this is mainly white, like during a night game. And if you want even more white, I built this. This is so when the Braves score a home run, you can have a little celebration if you want to call it. And so they just go flashing by. They're kind of like racing each other, I guess. So I guess, um, if that's what you want to call it, that is Truist Park in Minecraft.